So in this video we are going to make this Japanese shrine forest scene in Blender. For this scene I am going to use Quixel Megascans. So basically Quixel Megascans is a place where you can get high quality 3D scans, and it is completely free for Unreal Engine users. So as you know, Unreal Engine is free, so basically you can get the whole Quixel Megascans for free. And if you want to download this final project file, you can go to my Patreon page. So I'll leave a link down in the description. Do check that out. If you follow this tutorial, post your renders on Instagram and do tag me there so that I can repost them on my story. So yeah, let's start with the video. So we are going to open up Blender and I'm going to go to Quixel Bridge and we are going to import some assets. So I'm going to import this Japanese shrine stairs. So just export this from Quixel Bridge. So this is a really cool way to get high quality looking models. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import some models. So I've imported this wall. And I'm going to add a plane as well. So this will be the ground level. I'm just scaling them, moving them and rotating them. So basic stuff. So nothing fancy is going on right here. And making sure that these assets blend in a very seamless way. So these assets should blend in a seamless fashion. So this looks pretty good. So now it's time to make the flow. So for the flow I added this Japanese shrine flow. And while working with Quixel Megascans, you'll notice that these assets are really high quality. Like these assets are very dense in polygons. So I added a decimate modifier. So the decimate modifier reduces the number of polygons. And after making an array of 4 tiles, I'm going to add an array modifier. And by using the array modifier, you can quickly make repeating patterns. And this is really quite useful when you are making floor tiles and stuff. So after that, I'm going to add this tile. So this is a variation of the ground floor tile. And I'm going to place this around our stairs. Again, you don't need to follow what I am doing. You can completely use your own models and make something similar. So this is all blending really well. So this is all quite seamless. I'm going to add this model. Duplicate those rocks and just position them somewhat like this. After that, I'm going to add a Japanese lantern. So just rotating this, positioning it. Now I also imported a Japanese stone floor. So this is also a stone floor variant. And I want this lantern to sit on top of this stone floor. Something like this looks good. Shift D, duplicate that to the other side. Now it's time to add the main focus piece of our scene. So this is going to be the Buddha statue thing. I'm going to add that there. Again, you can adjust the flow and everything because it is using the array modifier. So you can just increase the count in the array modifier and you can adjust the floor tiling. Now it's a good time to frame your shot. After that, I'm also going to add these pillars and make sure that everything is blending seamlessly, and you can always adjust things and refine your scene along the way. I'm going to duplicate these lanterns and move it behind. After that, I'm going to import a material for our ground plane. After imported, you can just select the material from the material slot. Now in the UV editing, you can just scale the UVs. Now in the rendered view, we don't have any lighting. First, for the lighting, I always add a HDRI. So the HDRI will give you a basic scene lighting, ambient lighting. I am going to reduce the strength of this HDRI. In the shader editor, you can go to the world nodes. This is going to give you the mapping and the texture coordinate. And the mapping node is quite helpful. You can rotate your HDRI. You can scale it and you can position it. Now our basic ambient lighting is done, so it's time to add some direct lights. So for some direct lighting and for some highlights, I'm going to add some soft spot lamps. So these are just spotlights with a very low intensity and they have a blend value of 1. So this will give you some subtle highlights. So I'm just highlighting these objects which are going to be in the focus. And make sure that you turn off shadow for all of these spotlights. Okay, so now we have our HDRI and we have some spotlights. So now it's time to add some atmospheric fog. Now for this scene, you can add the fog to the whole scene. But for this tutorial, I'm going to add the fog behind the focus elements. And this fog only serves the purpose of blending the ground plane with the background. So it is just a cube with a principled volume shader, as you can see. Again, this is optional, but if you want, you can add a gradient texture and connect it to the density. And you can also add a color ramp and mapping nodes. And now if you move the color ramp sliders, you can basically control the gradient texture. You can always change the gradient to anything you like, but I'm going to keep it to a linear gradient for now. So the fog is quite dense at the bottom and it sort of reduces in density as it goes up. So now it's time to add some additional lighting, and for that I'm going to add some candles. Again, you can add your own models for this, but I found this candle model on Quixel and this looks pretty good. So to make the candle, I'm going to add an image. So this is just an image of the candle flame. So make sure that it is facing the camera and just position it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Something like that. After that, you can just map this. And if we go in the material, as you can see, this is using a principled texture and it is using basically an emission slot. So you can change the emission strength to 20. And if you turn on bloom in the render settings, we have a glow around this candle flame. So this looks quite realistic. But Eevee doesn't support emissive lighting. So for that, I'm going to add a point lamp and make sure that the point lamp matches the color of the candle flame. So as you can see, this looks pretty cool. But we have an issue here. So at the moment, the candle flame is just a plane with a texture. So if you want, you can place these candles all over your scene, but you will have to rotate the flame of each candle to face the camera. So that could be quite exhausting, like you will have to rotate the flame of each and every candle so that it faces the camera. So we can solve this issue in multiple ways. For this tutorial, I'm going to use something called as constraints. So select the candle flame, and in the constraint panel, you can add a copy rotation constraint. And in the target, select the camera. And make sure that only the Z axis is selected. So now what is happening is, if you select the camera and if you rotate it on the Z axis, as you can see, the flame orients itself to the camera. So now we don't have to manually adjust the rotation of the flame for each candle. It will automatically orient itself to the camera. Now it's time to place all these candles. So just duplicating them and placing them. And as you can see in the rendered view, this looks pretty good. So that's it guys. I hope you like the video. Leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.